over the back fence. It's the Lanesboro Arts Center's production. 17 years in a row. Give yourselves a great big round of applause because you deserve it.
It sounds cheesy, but it's real wholesome entertainment and it's fun.
We've got a great show in store for us. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, it's just a lot of fun from the start to the finish.
The theme of tonight's show is storm weather.
To see a bunch of people get together, put on a show like this, there's a lot of laughs, a lot of talented folk, and it's a lot of fun.
This is Over the Back Fence. Welcome aboard!
It's an on-stage community variety show. It's on KFIL 103.1 out of Preston, so that's exciting. You know, it's kind of like almost like an improv show because really there's just one rehearsal and people come together and we've got an excellent host.
Very progressive jail we have in Filmer County.
So people are on stage reading poems, telling jokes. It's spontaneous, you know. It's really neat. I think people love it because it's new art every month.
People love being here because they feel like it's a big family reunion.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2.
How about I just talk into it? 1, 2. Oh, man, that's hot. 1, 2.
We've been compared to Prairie Home Companion, which I don't think is quite fair because he has a wonderful, talented paid staff. We have just us.
Here, I'll do this and you do that.
Oh, okay.
But we've got a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of experience, a lot of people willing to work hard.
Oh, yeah.
We just have a great time.
Play a little less guitar.
Founding process was a Valentine's Day concert that Damon Prestiman and a couple other locals did with myself, and we decided we had so much fun doing the concert that we wanted to continue.
And then it goes down like, like that.
And one of the vocalists said, I've always wanted to do a radio show, and so we went, well, let's give her a try. Our show is the second Friday of the month, and then the Saturday, the week after, 8 days after, the core group, which is about 8 of us, gets together upstairs here at the St. Main, and we throw out all the ideas that we have heard from other people that have been presented to us that we have in our head. We throw it out. They give it all to me, and then in the next week, I try to block out the show.
Don't know why. Don't know why.
There's something about coming to Lanesboro. You want to be involved in everything. And you can be because we want everybody involved in everything. So that's why we have no problem filling our roster with things for the show because people say, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. Okay, I'll try to make it fit.
Weary all the time.
It's locally produced, which is exciting, and it's high quality too, and I think which maybe surprises some people sometimes. You know, because maybe people aren't sure what to expect, and you kind of think, well, so-and-so's neighbor is going to sing a solo, but really, it's a good show. I mean, people are really good.
You know, you think about a community-oriented program, and they don't last long normally. But this one, the community has refused to let it die.
Yeah, we have a lot of people who have been in the audience almost every show for 17 years. It's part of their people's spirits here in Lanesboro. They can identify with the show and the performers, and it's a live experience.
We have a great following. The community wants us here.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host of tonight's show, Damon Prestiman.
Welcome. Welcome to the show.
My favorite part of the show. Wow. That's not easy to answer. You know, I think it's the show as a whole.
Well, if we're going to talk about stormy weather, what is included in stormy weather?
What do you mean what's included? What type of weather?
All right, we have lightning and thunder.
We've had our share of snow.
Because last month or last year, there could have been an aspect of the show that I really enjoyed. And tonight, it could be something totally different. Lanesboro is uniquely positioned to do something like this. We've got an eclectic group of people in this town. We've got a theater available and talented people and people willing to work at it, to put it together. Yes, it is unique, but I think that speaks more to Lanesboro as a community than it does to anything else. Frankly, I'm just following along with the show and being a part of the show. And I'm trying to be the guy that's the smart aleck uncle who is talking to some friends over the back fence.
Okay, and then I had another question. For those of you at home, you're not going to really understand this question, but do they require you to wear that hat?
I mean, the show is over the back fence after all, and it was founded on the idea of a couple of people just talking over their backyard fence.
But is there any stories you could tell us?
How much time do I have?
Well, how about one? Why don't you give us one?
And that's what we try to portray, is a real folksy feel, something that isn't too pretentious, real laid back, much like you would with your neighbor.
Please raise your hand if any of you were at the show last month. Raise your hand. Oh my, and you came back a second time.
I love the interaction with the audience. And with the theater being so small and everybody so close together, and then being surrounded by best friends, it's wonderful.
Look up ahead, there's a hole in the clouds, there's a break in the weather, now the sun's coming out, it's like a ray of hope shining down.
And once you get used to the applause and the laughter that you've helped create, it's really addicting.
Oh, now everybody sing, yeah, everybody shout, hey, look up ahead, there's a hole in the clouds.
When we lived in Eden Prairie, we went to the Guthrie, we went to the Chanhassen, and we went to all the opening exhibits, but we weren't part of it. We were just going to see it. And here, you can be a part of it.
John Smith. Wow.
Speaking as a performer, there is nothing like the feeling you get from seeing something you're doing for a group of people have an effect on them.
I call her Hildy when we get frisky.
And whether that's laughter or tears or goosebumps from a song, it doesn't really matter. It's a lot of fun to be able to do that. It really defies an explanation, doesn't it? It's just a group of people that wanted to perform, and there happens to be a group of people that want to watch a group of people perform. So there's really no explanation, and to try to think about it too much could ruin the magic. Well, it might be. I mean, it's a little bit like peeking behind the facade at Disney World. If you try to figure it out, if you try to analyze it, yeah, it can take the magic away. And for me, there is magic there. Well, it's an idyllic setting with idyllic people, and you can't beat that. And I think once in a while, when certain ingredients mix together, you get yourself a darn good cake.